So Disney just released the Owl House's pilot, or at least they call it a test animation, on Twitter. At the end of both Season 1 and 2, we had a lot of clips revealed of this test animation, but they were all silent. But now we finally got some audio to these visuals, as well as this property of Disney's television animation watermark.
I want to be a witch. Will you teach me?
What? Oh, no. That's not gonna happen. Besides, humans don't have magical powers.
It looks like how she does in Season 1, and she seems a little more dismissive of training Luz. Luz is wearing a completely different shirt. This is sometimes referred to in the fandom as the pilot shirt. It basically was meant to be her main shirt in all but the actual show, until Thanks for Them. And comparing this footage to the previous releases, it does look slightly different. So maybe there is just another pilot floating around somewhere in the ether.
I don't care. I'll find a way. King used to know magic. He can teach me.
So apparently in this original concept, King used to know magic instead of not being able to outside of his Titan abilities. He also looks the most different from his final version. He looks like the golden Oreo variant to the normal Oreo of the final design. His skull's the same, unlike a lot of the original designs with this color scheme. And this part where his eyes glows is different from the other clip.
I'll befriend students at the Magic Academy and learn from them. Hi, I'm Paulina.
So Willow's original name was Paulina. Instead of having her beta design outfit kind of like Luz with her striped shirt, Paulina here is just wearing Willow's casual wear from Season 1. Plus she has a broken wand just like Ron from Harry Potter. And instead of calling it Hexside, it's just the Magic Academy. Which to at least me implies that there wasn't a St. Epiderms or Glandus originally. Also going back to the wand, this might be implying that wands were more important originally, because the only wand in the series was in Adventures in the Elements. A massive difference from the concept pilot whatever to the series is Willow casts a bunch of normal magic and not Coven system magic. Like where she accidentally fuses her hand with Luz, turns her skin polka dot, turns Luz's head into a fly, and then turns Luz into a bunch of frogs. So I'm guessing this is implying that there wasn't a Coven system originally, and it was a more looser magic system.
I'll hunt down the most powerful wizards and steal their secrets.
The Sir William legendary wizard guy seems to be the pilot's hunter equivalent, especially given that Luz wakes him up with a slap similar to hunting Palisman. This part of the Owl House game flying above the Titan is similar to in Episode 1. Also, the Titan skull is completely different. It has more bull-like horns coming out the side of his head rather than coming out the top of his head. There's a giant nose hole instead of a normal human-like nose, and it seems to have 3 eye holes. Another big difference is Ida's human store is also the Owl House. His original concept might have been dropped into 2 locations being split because it was too similar to the Mystery Shack from Gravity Falls. We can see a skull, a cyan croc, a toilet plunger, a dog with crab pinchers, a broken snow globe, a lamp, and what looks like Kane's skull. And also what looks like some Gravity Fall references with Dipper's hat, a coffee mug that says 1 Boss, which kind of reminds me of the number 2 Boss cup from Gravity Falls. He is wearing a 30 and Flirty shirt, much like how she wore as Marilyn with Grunkle Stan. And the Owl House is of course slightly different, with the Owl Shop sign and window being in the front of the house. There is no second story balcony, the window of the flower in it has been moved to the other side, and the tree in the back has been moved a little inwards. The little part of the roof which may be the bathroom is now in front of the chimney instead of behind it. The tower is slightly different looking, being thinner, having different machiculations, tilted backwards a little more, and being a little longer. There's no weather vane, the top of the chimney is slightly different, of course all these open signs around the house, including this one next to the door which was the storage room from I Was a Teenage Abomination, which Hootie has been moved a little closer to make space for the Owl Shop. The eye window is slightly different and we see it blink, which is creepy. As part of Luz riding a unicorn with spider legs and finding a weird doll clone monster of herself was previously revealed as animatics before, now we see them in full colors and animated. King getting stuck in a paper bag. You can take the Willow out of Willow, but you can't take the plant out of her. Either being held hostage by maybe Beta Bellows, who has a laser sword. Luz going to save her with Albert. This really nice shot of the gang hanging out and looking at the sunset. A very basic The Owl House logo. And of course, another big change is the previously revealed shot, now with audio, of Luce committing necromancy and resurrecting a bird and growing a giant by accident. It's really interesting seeing how different but yet similar the show used to be. Especially since the show used to have more of a softer magic system rather than the covens and glyphs and all that. Maybe there is more footage to this, and there's probably a full-length pilot somewhere in the archives of Disney. But for right now, I love seeing original development concepts, and I love the Owl House.